welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Naomi. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Naomi's_coaching. And if you like my content, be sure to subscribe and like this video. In 2018, I decided that I was going to get myself a coach and get myself into the best shape of my life. And in 2019, I then did a bikini competition where I took second place in one category, fourth place in another category, got through to the championships and never actually did the second competition. But it was one of the best times of my life. And then, if you didn't know, in 2020, the pandemic hit the whole wide world. My routine went out the window. It's 3 years later. Years later, in 2023, I feel like I've never got back into that mindset for a sustained period. And I am being hard on myself because I have very high life standards. I have high... Clearly not about my background in the YouTube video though. That's a bit better, right? So I do set myself high standards in my life because it's just who I am and what I want to do. But I just feel like I've never got back into a sustained period of smashing it the way that I was. And whilst stage weight is definitely not sustainable and you wouldn't want it to be, I have decided it is time to give myself an absolute kick up the backside and stay consistent and just turn the dial up on what is going to be healthy and a way of life that makes me feel great. And just recently, I got on the scales and I'd gone up to like where I would consider my cut-off point for how I don't want to be any bigger than that scale weight number. And I know it's not all about the scales. I know this, teach my clients this. But it's a really good way to measure and gauge where you're at. And that's just a fact, whether you like it or not. So before anybody scale warriors come at me, I do consider other things like how my clothes fit, what my measurements are, my muscle tone is like. I've built a lot of muscle since 2019, a lot of muscle, because my training has always stayed consistent. And I've always had coaches give me plans and I've learned and self-taught a hell of a lot over the last 5 years. I'm really proud of myself actually. I've decided to give myself a kick up the bum because I'm starting to give myself the ick. Come with me on this journey. I'm doing it because I believe that a lot of my performance in my business and in my life relates around how I feel in my body. And how I treat my body and how I show up for myself then impacts absolutely everything. And excuse me, I know it's not all about the exterior, but the exterior is a reflection of the interior of what is going on in your inner world. And when I'm in a great space, I treat my body a lot better than I would when I'm maybe not going through a great space. And it's May at the moment, and in June last year, I started a slow decline into complete burnout by the end of October 2022. And whilst my training stayed consistent the whole way through, my eating definitely hasn't, and that is probably what has led to me gaining a little bit more weight than I would ideally like to gain. Really good, like a healthy amount of weight to lose each week is around about 2 pounds. When you first start a diet, you're probably going to notice that, let's not even call it a diet because like just whatever you eat is your diet. When you first start a cut, in those first few weeks, you're probably going to notice like the biggest amount of weight loss. So this week, even in the first like 5 days, I've already lost 6 pounds. I wouldn't expect that to continue. Everything starts to level out and it's not going to be fat that I've lost. It's going to be water weight. This is what I am doing. I am incorporating steps and hit cardio into my 5-day training plan. That's 3 lower body days, 2 upper body days, back and shoulders. I am drinking at least 3, if not 4 litres of water every single day. And that is just the basics of the kind of physique that I like to sculpt, the kind of training that I'm used to. It's just what works for me. It's what I enjoy. And it's been really easy this week to get outside and have at least an hour walk because the weather's just been so lovely. What I have struggled with this week, what I'm normally really, really good at, is getting up at 10 to 5 and going to the gym for 6 a.m. That's what I've struggled with this week. The steps is probably what I've needed just to kind of boost me, get me started. I do plan to go to the gym tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I'm going to the gym. You have to watch your language, guys. You have to focus stubbornly on what you want and watch your language and your thoughts around that in order to tell your mind that you are going to do something. I'm going to take you through this journey with me, and we'll see how many weeks it takes for me to get down. It's about a stone that I want to lose, so 14 pounds, and then I'll see how I feel once I get there, if I want to continue or whether I'm happy there. So yeah, come with me. Angel numbers. So this is how I measure how much butter I have. So I put the butter, someone's left breadcrumbs in it, which is gross, but I live with boys. What is it with the angel numbers this morning? I love that. Put the butter on there and then take out how much I want to put on to my bagel. And I'm also going to have a cup of tea. Bang on, 10 grams. That's what it looks like. And obviously I'm going to spread it in. Hey guys, what's up? It's now Friday of week 1 of me operation getting my body back to where I want it. And I'm actually feeling really, really good. I have been getting on the scales and just checking in with like where I'm at on the scales through the week, but I'm going to properly check in with myself. I don't have a fitness coach at the moment. I'm going to properly check in with myself on a Monday morning because I just feel like it's going to hold me accountable over the weekend. This isn't going to be forever. This is just whilst I start treating myself, my body nicely again, and treating myself the way I deserve to be treated, feeding myself with good food and just getting rid of this bit of extra weight that has crept its way on as a result of burnout and being quite stressed. I know some people lose weight when they're stressed and stuff, but for me it's obviously gone the other way. So yeah, feeling really good, really positive. I've just got to a really nice local cute pub that I like to come to meet one of my coaching clients, and then we're going to do some work together. And yeah, gonna go make good choices. If we have lunch, it will be a chicken salad. I'll ask them to put the dressing on the side. I'll take off anything I don't like, but making sure that it is balanced. I haven't had any carbs yet today, so I probably will have some carbs at lunchtime as well because I don't want to cut out a food group or restrict myself too much. So yeah, feeling really excited, feeling really good, feeling really on track, feeling really kind of in control of everything. Not in control of everything in a bad way, but just in the flow, doing my plan, doing my thing. My clients are amazing. I'm loving just getting back to doing what it is that I do best. So, yes. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, and it's a bank holiday weekend. It's the last one. We've had 16 million bank holidays recently. So we've got some nice things. I'm going for dinner Saturday night. I'm at a gender reveal for my friend's baby on Sunday. And then Monday, there's nothing in the diary. I am going to get on with some work on Monday, but it's going to be like fun stuff that I'm going to use a phrase that really annoys me, but lights me up. It's now Saturday and we've just finished a leg session in the gym. I did a couple of weeks ago, trained squats for so long, and today was your first day doing them again, wasn't it, babe?
Yes.
He loves being recorded, as you can tell. So I got on the scales this morning and I've put a tiny little bit of weight back on, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Might just need a toilet. And I'm going out for dinner tonight, so I'm gonna make some good choices. We're gonna go home now and have an omelette. That's our favourite. Ollie makes them, don't you, babe?
Yeah.
It's a couple of weeks since the last video where you would have seen me out partying with one of my friends for her birthday. I made really good choices at the restaurant that evening, but definitely drank a little bit too much alcohol, more than I was generally planning to do. So this journey to me losing weight is actually proving to be a little bit more testing than what I thought it was going to be. I've decided now to get myself a coach, get myself some accountability. I know the things that I need to do, and this is so true for so many of us in life when we're reaching for any kind of weight loss goal, business goal, self-development goal. We all know what to do. I say we all know what to do. Sometimes it is about learning the basics when it comes to weight loss, because there's so many different bits of information out there, all contradicting each other and telling us to do different things. I've spoken to people before that feel like they just can't eat anything at all. They've done so many diets over the years that actually like nothing is like safe to eat anymore. But I have my background knowledge about nutrition, what it takes to lose weight, sculpt an amazing figure. So I'm having to realise and recognise on the fact that there's obviously something deeper going on here for me. There's obviously some sort of limiting belief that's standing in my way, some kind of maybe fear, which again would be a limiting belief, or something's going against my values. I'm going to use the process that I use with my clients in coaching to get to the bottom of what it might be. Release this. We can also sometimes call this forgive this, but it just means letting it go, rewiring that belief, installing the new habits that I'm going to be generating with my coach, and the accountability that I'm going to have with them as well. So I'm going to pop my pictures up of my starting point. These pictures were taken last week. My check-in is with my coach. It's Tuesday at the moment. I'm Thursday morning. I'm really quite excited to see what the results of that are going to be. I'm feeling really good. I've drank loads of water today. I've smashed my workout, and I'm going to go and get my steps in later on this evening with my other half when he gets home from work. I just find that trying to do the gym and all my steps at the same time, my step target is 12,000 a day. Trying to do that at 6 o'clock in the morning along with a workout and then the school run by 8 o'clock, especially if I've got something that I need to go straight to afterwards and I need to be ready for, just doesn't work for me. So at the moment, it's about focusing on that end goal, and now I need to do some limiting belief shifting work as well, because something isn't just flowing. I'm giving myself excuses. I'm self-sabotaging. I feel like I'm not fully in. So I'm going to get to the bottom of it by going through the process that I use with my clients, as I said before. And other than that, I feel really good. I don't feel annoyed with myself, down with myself, disgusted in myself. Definitely have waves of that where it comes, because when we set our sights on a new goal, on a new endpoint, it's so easy to just want it straight away. And actually, our desires, our dreams and goals are there for a reason. And normally to get to those goals and dreams, there has to be some kind of clean-up mindset work done along the way. Because if we already had that neurological pathway wired and locked down and in, we wouldn't be struggling, we'd already be there. We wouldn't necessarily need help with it. I'm not saying all the time, because a lot of the time you do need new information, you do need structure, you do need support. So I'm taking my own advice. I'm really practicing what I preach. I've hired the coach, I'm working through the limiting beliefs, and I'm locked into that end goal of what it is that I want. The other thing that we've decided to do is to have an actual point to aim towards, and that is a photo shoot. I love having photo shoots. I vlogged my last one. I will link that below as well in case you want to check that out, because that was so much fun, and I will keep you updated, guys. Now Thursday, I did my check-in with my coach this morning, and I was a little bit disappointed doing that check-in and like weighing myself this morning and stuff, but it's fine, because it's just everything is feedback. like weighing myself, seeing where I'm at, that feeling of disappointment, it's all feedback for me to use. Tuesday, I got to one of the limiting beliefs as to why I'm not shifting this weight at the moment. And then it all kind of bubbled up on Wednesday, yesterday. And I really felt like I was being tested to actually put in practice what I discovered on Tuesday from doing the journaling. That's what happens. We start off with our goal, we're all excited. And then when we sometimes do the mindset work behind that and we're honest with ourselves and we're truthful and we're willing to do the internal work, because you have to get yourself to believe that you can do something. That's the hard part. And so then yesterday I felt like I woke up with that in the forefront of my mind and really had to be conscious about working through that belief to the new belief that it's safe to be the best version of myself. Like, it's okay for me to shine. It's okay for me to want to look a certain way and achieve certain things, and really get into the root cause of why this is important for me. And you can do this with any goal that you're feeling blocked with. And like I say, it's the process that I use with my clients. It's the process that I use myself. It's really powerful. And it comes with a disclaimer that all the things that are blocking you are going to be made consciously aware to you. So then sometimes there can be some negative feelings that come with that. But feelings are not facts, guys. Feelings are just indicators of beliefs that are out of alignment with who you are, and they would have served you at the point of time when you made the beliefs. And then when they block you later on in life, it's time to shift them, it's time to move them. And this vlog has ended up being quite long, so I've decided to chop it up into a few parts and update you guys kind of like weekly, every couple of weeks, depending on what happens. I'm going to be open and honest about all of it, and yeah, so stay tuned for part 2.